Hi, it's Dee Dee. I'm so glad you're here for Christmas Countdown Story Time with Dee Dee. Today we're going to be reading a story called Little Red. This is a story by Will Hillenbrand. Are you ready to start? Here we go. But before I do turn the page, I want to remind you, in case you have not listened to any of my other books, I give a clue at the end of each story on our countdown to Christmas. And the clues are going to help you try to figure out what special guest visitor is going to join me when I read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I'm not reading that one today, but I'm going to give you a clue after I read this book, and it will help you try to figure out who my special visitor is going to be on that day. Okay, are you ready to start, Little Red? Here we go. You can tell that I went to the library and checked this out because here's my library sticker. I love going to the library and borrowing books. You may have a library at your school or close to your home. It's a great way to be able to read and share lots of books with your family and then take them back and get a different one. So that's what I've done. I've borrowed this one. All right, here we go. Little Red. In a tiny town, there was a little red truck whose driver was Katie. They never stopped working until the job was done, even when the snow started to fall. Help, Little Red, help! Oh, I call this a speech bubble. It's pointing to this thing right here, and that's who's calling out for help. Let's turn the page and see who it is. My engine won't start, honked Purple Delivery Van. Little Red and Katie went right to work. Jumper cables sure come in handy. I bet your grown-up knows what jumper cables are. The purple van, its engine wouldn't start, so they used jumper cables and hooked the engine part of Little Red and gave this engine some help to make it start by using jumper cables. That was sure nice of Little Red to help. Thanks for the jump, honked Purple Delivery Van. You got it, tooted Little Red. See you later. Honk, honk, beep, beep. The snow came down. Little Red had just one more job for the day. But then he heard, "Help, Little Red, help!" "I've got a busted headlight," whistled Blue Calliope car. Little Red and Katie got busy with the repair. Now, Calliope car, and I think I'm saying that right, but I may not be. This is a car that you can see up here. It can make noises kind of like a flute. And you see how sad it is? It has a headlight that's not working. A Calliope car might make a sound kind of like this. Maybe like something you might hear at the circus. Much better. I can see now. Thanks for the bulb, whistled Blue Calliope car. Play on, tooted Little Red. See you later. Honk, honk, beep, beep. The snow came down and down. But then he heard, "Help, Little Red, help!" "We're stuck," blared Green Fire Truck. Little Red and Katie knew what to do. "Easy now, easy, just a little bump." Are they pushing out the Green Fire Truck? And there's a little passenger in the Green Fire Truck. In my city, most our fire trucks are red. What about your city? "All set. Thanks for the push," blared Green Fire Truck. No problem, tooted Little Red. See you later. Honk, honk, beep, beep. The snow came down, down, and down. Then he heard, "Help, Little Red, help!" Have you noticed that the speech bubbles are the same color that the vehicle? I wonder what this one does. "I've got a flat tire," rang Yellow Popcorn Wagon. This one makes popcorn. Little Red and Katie got out the jack. And a jack helps raise up a vehicle so that you can fix underneath it or get the tire off. And elevated the wheel. When you elevate something, you raise it up. Then they put on the spare. Here's the extra, the spare. "Thanks for the tire," rang Yellow Popcorn Wagon. "Of course," tooted Little Red. "See you later. Honk, honk, beep, beep." The snow came down, 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 and down. Then he heard, "Help, Little Red, help!" "We're out of gas," bellowed Orange Utility Truck. A utility truck would help you if your house, your power went out and they might have to fix an electric line. Little Red and Katie didn't miss a beat. Look what Katie's carrying. I have some of those in my garage to fill up gas in my lawnmower. Maybe the utility truck ran out of gas. "Thanks for the fuel." That is what happened. The fuel is gas. "Thanks for the fuel," bellowed Orange Utility Truck. "You bet," tooted Little Red. "See you later. Honk, honk, beep, beep." The snow came down, 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 and down, and down. Then he heard, "Help, Little Red!" Look. "We've got a broken hitch," jingled Shiny Silver Sleigh. Little Red and Katie fixed the situation in no time. She has a mask on, like a welding mask, and she's welding, fixing their hitch that would hold the reindeer. She has to protect her eyes and her hands from the hot welding tool. And look who's waiting patiently, happy that Katie's helping. "Thanks for the hitch." See how she fixed the hitch that holds all the reindeer harnesses and things? Jingled Shiny Silver Sleigh. "Away you go," tooted Little Red. "See you later. Honk, honk, beep, beep." Phew, I think our day is almost done. We're gonna turn our book. The snow came down, 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 and down, all around the tiny town, and the tree went up, 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 up. Look, do you see all the vehicles that Katie helped? Oh, tell your grown-up which one is your favorite. Tell them what color it is. And do you remember its name? And do you remember what job it does? What about this one? Tell your grown-up about this one. And this one? Oh, tell your grown-up about this one. What color is it and what does it do? And this one. And there's Little Red. Did you notice that the tree is out? Because here's the tree. And tell your grown-up about this one and this one. Little Red had a very important job to do. Little Red brought the tree for the town tree lighting ceremony. Does your town have a tree lighting ceremony? Mine does. The whole community that wants to can come and watch the tree lights being turned on. It's an amazing time to celebrate the season of Christmas. Look, this town has some carolers singing. They have people building a snowman. Oh, and I love this little child. It's in a wheelchair. Do you know anyone in a wheelchair? Have your grown-up talk to you about why people might need a wheelchair. The whole town is coming out and the snow is falling down. Then the lights went on. Hooray! My day is done. Jolly fun. And thanks to Little Red and Katie, all their friends got to be there too. That was so fun for all the vehicles to get to celebrate the tree lighting ceremony in the town, all because Little Red decided to help each one. If Little Red wouldn't have been a helper, they would have all been stuck right where they were at, whether they were out of gas or needed a new wheel or a new light. Had all kinds of troubles, and Little Red helped each one of them. I know that you're probably a really good helper at your home too, and with your friends. We all need help sometime, and it's great to be a helper. Thanks for joining me for story time today. I hope you join me for another Christmas Countdown story time with Dee Dee. Now, I promised you I'd give you a clue at the end of our Little Red book. So here's your clue for today. Oh, look. Do you know what this is? Tell your grown-up. Yes, it is a glove. And what color is it? White, just like snow. You're right. And gloves have a place for each one of the fingers. Can you count them with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know this is a left-hand glove. The reason I know that is because it has a place on this side for the thumb. That gives me a clue as far as which hand to put it on. I wonder who could use this glove? Remember, that's one of your clues, and you'll get to see who the special visitor is on the time I read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Thanks again for having story time with me today. I hope you have a great day and sweet dreams tonight. And I hope to see you soon for another Christmas Countdown story time with Dee Dee. Bye.